Be honest. Have you ever promised yourself you'd finally get something important done, but the moment you were about to start, your body froze, your mind went blank, and suddenly your bed looked like the most attractive place in the world? It's as if your brain has a built-in laziness switch that flips on right when you need to focus. Maybe you woke up in the morning ready to be productive, but the second you opened your laptop or glanced at a book, it felt like a giant wall appeared in front of your eyes. Next thing you know, you've been scrolling TikTok for hours, telling yourself, I'll do it tomorrow. If this sounds familiar, congratulations, you're officially in the club of people whose brains love to sabotage them. But don't panic, because today I'm going to show you how to trick your brain into doing the hard things, even when every part of your body is screaming not to. And the best part is, there's actual science behind all this drama. Here's the thing. Your brain has one main mission: to keep you alive while spending as little energy as possible. There's a part of your brain called the amygdala that acts like a lazy security guard. Anytime you want to do something that takes effort, it says, hold on, that's tiring. Let's just stay safe and lie down. That's why when you want to exercise, your brain complains that it's exhausting. When you try to learn a new skill, it warns you that it's too difficult and you might fail. And when you dream about starting a business, it tells you to stick with something safe, like a regular job. This resistance is totally normal, but that doesn't mean we should surrender to it. Imagine letting all your dreams stay just dreams because you lost to laziness. That would be tragic. The good news is there are ways to outsmart it, and I'll share some tricks that actually work. One of the simplest but most powerful tricks is called the 2-minute rule. Your brain freaks out when it sees a task that looks big and overwhelming, but if you tell yourself, I'm just going to do this for 2 minutes, your brain relaxes. For example, when I used to procrastinate writing video scripts, I told myself, just write the intro, nothing else. And guess what? 90% of the time, I ended up finishing the whole script anyway, because once you start, your brain hates leaving things incomplete. So if you want to exercise, don't think about running for half an hour, just put on your shoes. If you want to study, don't imagine memorizing 20 pages, just read one paragraph. If you want to clean, just pick up one item. Laziness often comes from imagining a task as bigger than it really is, but once you take the first small step, the rest follows naturally. Another trick is what I call the reward sandwich. Your brain, much like a child, loves rewards. So, give yourself a system where every time you finish a small part of your task, you get a treat. It doesn't have to be anything expensive. After a meeting, reward yourself with your favorite coffee. After a workout, allow yourself 10 minutes of social media scrolling. After finishing some work, watch an episode of your favorite show. When your brain knows that effort leads to pleasure, it becomes far more motivated to cooperate. Think of it as paying your brain overtime. Of course, our brains are creative at making excuses, so sometimes you need to outsmart them even more. One way is to design your environment in a way that makes productivity easier. If you want to read more, leave books where you'll see them often. If you want to avoid distractions, keep your phone far away. If you plan to exercise in the morning, lay out your workout clothes right next to your bed the night before. The idea is to prepare everything when you're motivated so that when the lazy version of you shows up, you can just go on autopilot. Another method is to use what's called a commitment device. This means telling other people about your goals so you feel healthy social pressure to follow through. For example, post on your story that you're going to practice something every day this week. Suddenly, you don't want to look like a liar in front of your friends. Even better, surround yourself with people who share the same goals. Study with others, exercise with a buddy, or join a community where people push each other. When the burden is shared, it feels lighter and you'll feel less tempted to quit. Another strategy is to break tasks into small pieces. When something looks too big, your brain freezes. But when you divide it into smaller chunks, it becomes manageable. Think of a big project like a pizza. You never try to eat the whole thing in one bite, but slice by slice, it's easy. If you need to write a 10-page report, don't focus on all 10 pages at once. Just say, today I'll do the introduction. Once you finish one piece, your brain gets a small reward and feels motivated to keep going. Now here's the part one think is the biggest game changer: reframing how you talk to yourself. Instead of saying, this is too hard, say, this is challenging but exciting. Instead of I can't do this, try saying, I can't do this yet. Instead of this is a waste of time, say, this is an investment in my future. It might sound cheesy, but your brain believes the story you tell it. Feed it negativity and you'll get stuck. Feed it positive reframes and your mindset slowly changes. But let's be honest, not every day will be perfect. There will be times when all these tricks don't seem to work, and that's okay. The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. If you fail today, try again tomorrow. If your week is a mess, start fresh next week. Progress is never a straight line, it's a roller coaster with ups and downs. The people who succeed aren't the ones who never fail, but the ones who refuse to give up after failing. Every time you push yourself to do something difficult, you're training your discipline, which is just like a muscle. The more you work it, the stronger it gets. And here's the secret: don't wait until you're in the mood. Most people think they need motivation before starting, but in reality, motivation comes after you start. The act of moving creates the good mood, not the other way around. So here's my challenge for you. This week, pick one thing you've been putting off and apply the 2-minute rule. Just start for 2 minutes and see what happens. Then tell me about it in the comments or tag a friend who could use this push. You never know, one small action might change your entire routine. Every time you choose action over laziness, you're building discipline and moving closer to the life you want. So don't let laziness win. Start small, keep going, and let momentum carry you forward. See you in the next video, and if this helped you, make sure to subscribe. Stay strong, keep pushing, and don't let laziness drag you down.